Hey, boys and girls, this is Miss Spalding, and we're going to do our reading for today. I'm so glad you guys are here and able to join. So, this week, what we're going to do is we're going to really go in depth about the two stories we've read. And the first story that we read is One Plastic Bag, and the second story we read, of course, is Beatrice's Goat. And so, we are going to go in depth this week on those two stories. So, because our goal is next week, we're going to compare these two stories and we're going to think about all these good story elements to help us kind of come up with the theme. Okay. So again, this is where we're moving towards for next week. So first, let's think about One Plastic Bag. And One Plastic Bag, again, this was our cover, and we have our main character of Isatu. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But so in that story, we were reading different things. And we first noticed that at the beginning, Isatu thought the plastic bags were beautiful because they were helpful. Now they are piling up and they are making her village ugly. The bags are affecting the village when Isatu's grandmother is upset about those plastic bags. She realizes action must be taken. So, based on that in the story, I'm going to ask myself this as a reader. What does this tell me about Isatu's character? What does this tell me about the problem? Okay. So you're going to pause here and you're going to answer these two questions. Think about those two things based on this. Okay. Now, that event tells us that Isatu is starting to kind of recognize the problem and that her character trait, she's being motivated, she's aware. She's also being bothered that her grandmother is upset by this situation. So she's being caring and she's being respectful to that. Okay. The problem we're starting to notice in this story now is that the trash bags are becoming a problem and that they need to find a solution to this problem. So let's continue thinking about this story deeper. So again, in the story, I noticed that Isatu has an idea and several of her friends want to help her with her vision. Okay. So what character traits does Isatu show by having an idea for the bags? You may be thinking that this is showing us that she's resourceful. She is trying to come up with a problem, or trying to come up with a solution to this problem. She's trying to reduce the waste. She's trying to find a new use for all those bags. And so her main event is she and her friends learn how to crochet the plastic bags into purses to help solve this situation of the waste in the village. So let's go ahead and continue diving deeper into this story. So based on all those things that we did and those things that we noticed in the story, we are going to kind of think about the theme, the moral, the message of this story. But in order to do that, you have to think about those characters and those traits. You have to think about the problem and the solution. You have to think about those important events in the story. And all these things right here are going to lead us to the moral, theme, and message. Okay? So keep that in mind. So let's think about what are some big idea words? Like what are some words that come to mind when you are thinking about character traits, problem and solution, and important events? Okay. So some of the big ideas that you could have, and you kind of answered these earlier in your questions, some characters and their traits in the story, you kind of noticed a theme of caring, and they were motivated to find a solution to this problem. The problem and solution, kind of the big ideas, is they were creative. They were creative in how to fix this problem. The important events, you're going to notice that they were curious because they were wondering, well, what can we do to solve this problem of all the trash bags piling up? They were also motivated because they wanted to come up with a solution for this. So we're going to take all these big ideas, okay, all these words, all these big words, and now you're going to put all those big words, caring, motivated, curious, creative. And I want you to think of what could be this central message theme statement. So that's more of like a sentence, not just a word now, because those were our big idea words for theme. But now I want you to think of a theme sentence. for one plastic bag that we could write based on all of these words again: caring, motivated, curious, creative. Okay, so think about that. Okay, you could have come up with this. Now, this is just one possibility. A creative solution to a real world problem. So a creative solution to a real world problem. That could have been your central message or your theme. That's what a reader could learn, that you could come up with a creative solution to a real world problem. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me today. On Wednesday, we will go ahead and dive deeper into Beatrice's goat. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.